Hey guys, how are you? Chad?
Hey,
Hi.
hi.
So, for those of you watching, I am very honored and very excited to interview Chad and Ab on this show, talking specifically about entrepreneurship, pursuing your
Mhm.
passion, and going into a business that not a lot of us actually think about. Right?
Yeah.
Before we begin, I want to establish what we are really talking about. So, Chad and Ab, can you explain to us what this business is?
Okay. Ab can start.
Because it really
Okay.
naturally started with Ab, no?
It's actually yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
actually her dream.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm Ab.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am a jewelry designer. I come from a family of jewelers. The business is called Metals and Gems Jewelry Studio.
Okay.
Okay, so we started it in 2018, and when we when we retired
Yeah.
from corporate
Yeah.
the corporate world, I was already into it as a side hustle or as a hobby.
Right.
So and then when we retired, we decided, why not do
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
like
Full time.
full time?
Yeah.
Okay, so we started as a studio that was accepting commission work,
Right.
and then somebody wanted to support me so much, and he studied jewelry making
Okay.
from zero
Okay. Nice.
away.
Take it away. And I would always push Ab to pursue her dream of being a jeweler. Although, of course, because of we have four kids and
Right.
she was so busy with taking care of the kids. Ako naman, I was very busy working for my family.
Yeah.
And I was also part of their family business. I
Right.
was also helping out.
See, I can really see how things shifted.
Yeah,
No? A lot
Yeah.
of
yeah.
times when people think of pursuing something different from what they're so used to, they struggle so much about that idea. But I think in your case, there was a seed, right? This exposure to jewelry that got you kind of, am I right to say, got you kind of more interested in pursuing this industry? How did that all go about now? Especially for you, Chad, because you were very corporate minded,
Yeah, actually, yeah. And
right? Okay, okay, go.
well, it was honestly, it was a risk, but I had the confidence because I knew Ab
Yeah,
was really passionate about
wonderful.
jewelry.
Right.
So I took the risk.
Yeah,
So I said, what was I going to lose?
yeah, yeah.
So I studied basic jewelry making. Then I got so addicted to it.
Yeah,
So I even looked for possible schools abroad to
right,
study jewelry making.
right.
And then I found this online
Course.
school
Yes, online school.
course
Go ahead.
with a formal education of making jewelry.
Wow.
So I enrolled,
Mhm.
and then I got addicted to it.
Right. And how long was that, Chad? How long did you have to study?
Oh, 2 years.
2 years.
Serious education. And it was fun too.
I love it. I love it because you just mentioned how addicted you got to it. I
Yes,
am
yes.
taking off from that because a lot of times when we talk to people who are going through whatever they are doing right now, they almost don't even want to get out of bed, right? They
Yeah.
almost don't want to go to work. Right now, you don't even have to physically take yourself to work. You just have to log on the computer. And sometimes they don't even want to do that. As opposed to somebody like you guys who wake up every day thinking of what exciting thing you're going to create today or who
That's
you're going
right.
Right.
to
Yeah.
talk to,
Yes.
right? And
Right.
that's why I'm such a firm believer of people who take the risks. You know,
Mm-mm.
everything has a risk. What risks do you think, Ab or Chad, that's top of mind that you had to go through, and how are you managing through that risk?
Um, okay, so since we have four children,
Yes.
we
Yes.
also needed to think about what is the stability of this whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it doesn't work? What if, stuff like that? And then personally, I studied jewelry designing 12, 13 years ago. Okay,
Okay.
just for a hobby,
Yeah.
supposedly. And then I always had self-doubt.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't really I didn't do it full time because I didn't believe that I could,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And it helped so much that somebody
Yeah.
kept on believing in
Yeah.
me, kept on pushing me and saying, gosh, you
Yeah.
can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. I'll support you, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And so, it's really just having that faith.
Yes.
It's also believing that if you really want to do something and if you're so passionate about something,
Mm-hmm.
you can do it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
will eventually unfold.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
will it will just surprise you
Yeah.
because as you do it,
Yeah.
things will unfold and say fall into place and just
Yes.
you realize now, wow, you know
And the thing
Yep.
is, when you look back, it's like, look at how much I've achieved. No,
Yeah.
exactly.
there is so much treasure in that. Go ahead, Chad. You were gonna say
I'd
something.
like to add something to
Please.
what Ab said. It's a two-way thing actually, because I wouldn't have studied jewelry making if it wasn't for Ab.
Right.
If I didn't I didn't believe in her passion and in her dream.
Yes.
Kasi I won't have the confidence or else what will I do? I study jewelry and then do nothing, right? So I knew that she has the talent and she has the skill and she has the the eye for
Yes. Yes.
design.
Yeah.
So sabi ko, oh, uh, she only needs a goldsmith
Yeah. Yeah.
for her to for her to pursue her passion.
Right.
Because sige, I'll take that role
Yeah. Yeah.
para I know that you can do it,
Yeah.
then ito lang yung kailangan mo, I'll take that role.
I
So it's
love
not
it.
just about her um having me as a goldsmith, me also having her
Yeah. Yeah.
for me to pursue kasi you
True.
know anong purpose ko to make jewelry kung wala
That,
namang
exactly. So you know what, Chad? I am taking away two things, two very important things. One, support
of
Yes,
is
course.
very
yes,
important, right? And
yes.
second of all, husbands and wives can actually work together.
Oh
Oh
One
yeah.
yeah.
one of
Yeah.
the things that's very tricky these days is that
With secretly with challenges.
I think
But
that's
it's
another
true. It's
segment,
very
right? But
challenging.
right,
Very,
and
very challenging.
right, there are definitely challenges to it. While we're talking about your business specifically, I love the tandem of how somebody is the idea person and somebody is the execution person. I think in that regard, looking at your roles and really understanding how each of you can complement each other is a wonderful skill that you're now developing.
And originally the plan was just to make
Yeah.
commission work,
Right.
yung design abs design to make it, then it naturally progressed to something
So
better.
it unfolded into
Right.
something else.
Right. Okay, talk to us about that.
Since si Ab was just wanted to make
Focus.
jewelry,
Yeah.
so we thought of why not teach people
Yeah.
to make jewelry, because there are people like Ab
Yeah.
who wa- have their own designs, parang can imagine or very artistic,
Yes.
pero they want to execute it
Yeah.
also. They
Yeah.
want to make their own jewelry. So we thought of teaching students.
Yeah.
Now
Good.
we're selling tools
Yeah. Yeah.
to equip them
Galing.
to make jewelry. So
Galing.
marami, it's progress
Endless.
Yeah,
endless.
because now you're seeing opportunities. You plant a seed, the little plant grows, it's creating
Yes,
Right.
branches, right?
right.
Right.
Ang
Right.
nakakatuwa for me is that you yourself, Chad, went through online schooling learning this. And that's why you are, I think, the best person to really say this can work. Because not
Yes,
only did you
Yes.
learn,
exactly.
you established a business out of it,
Oh
right?
yeah,
Correct.
Love
yeah.
it, love
Before
it.
COVID, we had the studio with 4 seats, 4 to 5 seats.
Okay.
So we have this program, parang specific projects lang, and
Yes.
then they would enroll, and
Yes.
then we would teach them like
Yes.
4 to 6 hours of teaching how to make a ring or
Right.
how to make earrings, ganyan. More of hobbyists
Yeah.
muna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then tapos amazingly,
Yeah.
the feedback we're saying, well, sana we were given more time. We
Yeah.
want more projects. We
The
want
addiction, Chad. The addiction.
addiction.
Yes.
Actually, yeah, the addiction. Now, because of COVID,
Yeah.
we're setting up an online workshop.
Wonderful.
Which we are so
We're
excited
very
about.
excited.
Ah,
Very excited about it.
I can imagine.
And yeah.
So, is
Mm.
there a timeline for this? I'm sure the people who are now watching, if anybody's interested, right?
So we will actually be launching the dates, etc. Simultaneously with our website.
Okay, okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. So,
We're
to anybody
excited
who's
about that.
watching, we are going to be posting all this information. Also, you can comment below because Chad and Ab are going to be able to see whatever questions you have. Okay. So, just progressing with the interview, guys. Sometimes it's hard to really plan 10 years down the road because, you know, I don't know,
Yes.
things
Oh,
happen, you
yeah.
know? How are you go
Correct.
how are you managing this part of the business?
Ako, one of the challenges
Yes.
in setting up a business. For example, having learning more things like
Yes.
oy, pwede pala, you can teach pala, or you can sell tools pala, you
Yes.
can do commission work.
Yeah.
It's a blessing, but sometimes it's very challenging also because you
Yes.
don't know how to prioritize.
Yeah.
Like for example, doing online classes has been, we've been planning it for
Yeah.
quite a while now, but
Yeah.
we couldn't execute it because we have a lot of commission work.
Right. Right.
So ang
So,
hirap ang
distracted
hirap
and
To
distracted
balance.
yung time, ano? Oo. Okay.
yeah,
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
mahirap to balance, and sometimes uh well, most of the times you need someone to talk to,
Yeah.
parang to help you prioritize
Yes.
kung ano yung mas important and what's going to be more effective.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Which you helped us with, and
Yeah.
thank you very much for that.
yes.
You're most welcome.
We had to make major decisions at some point during this time of
Change,
COVID.
no? Yeah. Well, my pleasure. That's what a coach does. So I'm happy to do that. Thank you for acknowledging that. But that's good. So what you're saying, Chad, is it's almost organic. You really pay attention to what's happening and then you go with your gut and then you kind of make it happen. Does that
Yes, yeah,
sound right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
That's right.
yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
Good.
Especially with our business,
Yeah.
because there's no data available.
Right. That's right.
So,
Yes,
for
there's no data available.
especially for entrepreneurs
Yeah.
Yeah.
na it's a new idea, it's a new
Yeah.
concept. You really have to go with your guts, and you ask people, you ask friends, you ask coaches,
Yeah.
especially yung mga naka-back off. That's very important.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
Now, who are not, there are a lot of people who are not really interested in jewelry. So
Right.
mga taong yon, mga naka-back off yon, you
Right.
you need to ask them
As
too.
and
Oh,
because if I may just share now,
please.
this thing that we started,
Yeah.
it's very very close to our hearts
Oo.
because just to give you a background, the jewelry community in the Philippines is very secretive,
Oh,
very
okay.
secretive in the sense that jewelers, they don't really like to share their styles
Ah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Skills, there's
skills,
yeah.
yes,
etc.
yes,
And a part of what we wanted to happen for metals and gems is that we wanted to create a community of
yeah,
jewelers,
yeah,
crafters,
yeah, yeah,
and at first it was a struggle
yeah,
because really
yeah,
nobody wanted to
yeah.
share.
It was a different
So
culture. No, you
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Go
So
ahead.
we just kept on, and
Yeah,
we are so blessed that some people approached us,
yeah,
started approaching us and asking us questions and
yeah,
all of that.
yeah,
And now we're happy to say that though not so many, we
yeah.
have started a community of people who
Wonderful.
are willing to help each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, wonderful.
You
I
know?
I think you guys are such a blessing to the industry, and I say this with all sincerity because as you were telling that story, now I'm thinking of how the jewelry industry in the Philippines was so dominated by another era. You know, people who were so much older than us, so much older than you guys, and
Right.
they were used to a certain way, which is really they were protecting a business, they were protecting a
Correct.
territory.
That's
But
right.
Yes.
right, but more and more, especially now with the advent of all this social media and
Now,
technology, the thrust is now in connecting, in make
correct.
building communities, in sharing information so that everybody wins. So
Yes.
what
Right.
you guys are now doing is transforming the industry from something that was so old style to what it should be right now, where everyone benefits.
Originally, it was just traditional.
Yeah,
But you will discover, you just take the risk
yeah, yeah,
and you will discover a lot of
yeah,
things.
yeah.
You
Okay,
can,
wonderful.
you,
What we mean is that, if you are passionate about
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
take that leap of faith.
yeah, yeah,
After asking people around you if it would work, etc., etc., or doing some tweaking with the things that you want to do
yeah.
based on the suggestions of the people around you.
Right.
Your passion is your best weapon when it comes to choosing something that you will do, or your
Yeah,
career.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I agree. I agree. And this is why you guys wake up happy in the morning versus those who drag their feet towards their laptops, right?
Correct.
I
That's
want
Right.
to touch on a few things that you mentioned in and out of the conversation. Leap of faith, trust, you know, how does prayer come into the mix,
right. A lot of
right?
prayers.
Talk to us about that because I cannot confidently and openly talk to you without, I think, touching a little bit about that because it's coming into play as you explain to us how you're going about this business.
Right. Prayer plays such a big role in this whole thing. Because uh you have to ask for the graces, first of all,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
courage,
yeah,
for
yeah,
prudence,
yeah.
or for fortitude,
Yes,
things like that. And guidance is very important. Guidance from God is
yeah,
important
yeah,
in making decisions, in doing things correctly, doing your best in everything,
yeah,
and being able to offer it to God. That's the most meaningful thing,
Yeah,
correct?
that's right. Ako personally,
peace,
I have a lot of parang I surrendered. I
P,
surrendered to him. Number one,
P,
when
yeah.
I retired, so I had 1 week of to decide.
Soul searching yan, ah.
1 week to decide. Sunday Mass, the priest in his homily said, people should take risks. Exact words. Change your, yeah, really, really take risks.
Yeah, yeah,
So, yun pa lang, then
You
yeah.
did.
sabi
Sold,
ko, okay,
done.
okay,
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah,
Kasi, you know, family business, I was earning, more than enough for my family. I had, buying
yeah.
things
Whatever.
that
Yeah,
I
whatever
Life
you
being
wanted.
uh,
So talagang leap of faith.
Galing,
Pero
yeah.
that was really, because I was asking for, not really a sign, but
yeah, yeah.
guidance.
Yes, exactly,
And
exactly.
then God spoke to me through the priest, through
Directly.
the
Yeah.
homily. Yeah,
Directly.
exactly. So
Yeah.
that's fun.
How clearer can that even be, right? How much
Correct.
more
Exactly.
Yeah.
clearer can that be?
Yeah.
Exactly. First commission work was a rosary ring.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Every bead I
Yeah.
was praying Hail Mary
Yeah.
because
Wonderful.
I was so afraid.
Yeah.
Kasi
Yeah.
first white
Because he was
gold
starting. He
was
was just
starting
starting.
Yeah.
and using traditional tools.
Yes. Yes. Grabe. Ang galing.
Uh, temporarily closing our studio because of COVID.
Yeah.
Exacto.
Yes.
March was our
Yes.
last day sa contract,
Okay.
and the admin was asking already, are you going to renew?
Yeah.
It was, you know,
Yeah.
sabi, God, one
Makatulog.
year lang. But
Diba?
actually before we opened before we signed the contract, I told the admin, could we do it for 2 years?
Yeah.
Then the admin said, no, 1 year. Let's do it 1 year. But it's up to you.
Yeah.
So sige, 1 year lang. O
Yeah.
sakto.
Yeah. Yeah. Grabe.
And before quarantine,
Yeah.
which was March 15, right?
Yes.
March
Yes.
15,
Yes.
our our teacher from Australia was able to come and to finalize my
Timing. Wow.
certificate,
Super timing.
and sakto timing, and he left
Before the
before
quarantine.
a few days before the quarantine.
But this
And
teacher benefited from all the prayers, I think.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
really. So
So
Ang galing.
lahat yon prayers, lahat
Galing.
so we
yon.
believe it's because of the guidance
Galing.
of God.
In my prayer, sometimes I ask, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
am I
Why is this so hard?
doing
What
this?
is
Exactly.
yeah.
From studying studying entrepreneurship in college, and then working for the family business, and I don't even actually wear jewelry.
Right.
Yeah,
So
he only wears
I
his
like but I like making stuff.
wedding ring. That's
So
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so so I always, in my prayers, I always ask that question.
Yeah.
And God would always tell me, I have a plan for you.
There you go.
And I don't know what his
Yeah. Yeah.
plans are. Basta yun lang sinasabi
Yeah.
sa akin. I have a plan
Mm-mm.
for you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And then also, um, many times I would pray to Mother Mary.
Yes. Of course.
So because I know Mother Mary would, you know, be the bridge.
Yep.
Kasi nobody can, no son can reject his
Yes.
mother.
Oh my gosh.
Very true.
So
Very
if
true.
if you whisper to Mother Mary
Yeah.
and she whispers to Jesus,
Yeah. So
definitely,
again,
yeah, solve
Yeah.
na.
Yeah. Very true.
I
Very true.
agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Ab, you were gonna say something? Did you want to
No,
share?
I was gonna say that um I was going to agree with Chad that Mother Mary really is the best.
Instrumental, no?
You
Yeah.
know, she's very, very
Yeah.
instrumental in, even if you just need, like, if you're confused about something,
Yeah.
or if you're so overwhelmed,
Yeah.
it's good that you ask her to,
Yeah.
Mother Mary, can you please calm me down,
Yeah.
help me calm down,
Yeah.
and can you pray for me and help me pray for this,
Yeah.
that I'm given more patience because of, I have so many things to do, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Yeah. I
Very
love it.
helpful.
I love it. Thank you for that message. I really cannot remove it from the conversation. And I would like other people to understand how faith is really a wonderful component, if not such an important component of running a real business.
For
Oh
Whether
yeah.
sure. For
right,
sure.
whatever risks you have, and you guys look at what you're doing. You yourself said you're dealing with something that you are figuring out as you go. The information is not there. But one of the things that we have to realize really is that information is something that we can gather for ourselves, but also there are other things that may not be numbers, may not be a study, right? They may be
Right.
something. that
A
really
lot
are
of
close to.
uncontrollable factors eh.
Very good. There you go. That's exactly right, Chad.
And faith lang talaga. Faith and hope lang talaga
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
And
Very
of course, hard work.
hard
Of
work,
course.
yeah.
And then
Of
you
course,
support it
hard
with
work.
hard work.
But you
Oh,
also
Yes.
pray for hard work
Yeah,
because
you pray for hard work.
you, you pray for fortitude, you pray for the
Yeah.
graces, for the virtues.
oo, oo. Ang
You,
ganda, guys. I love all the sharing. Is there anything else that you would like to add as far as challenges and meeting them go?
businesses, anything naman in life, there are a lot of
Oo. Sige.
issues
True.
and challenges. Most especially in putting up a business,
Yeah.
especially at the startup stage.
Yeah.
Startup pa rin kami.
Oo.
So, like prioritization, like
Okay. Yeah.
money, yan, capital,
Yeah.
risk-taking, temptations too. Naku, maraming temptations when you put
Oo.
up, you think of how to make money all the time,
Oo.
ganyan.
The quick schemes and the instant
Yeah,
gratification,
oo,
ano?
maraming ganon. But if
Okay.
you're not grounded with
Oo.
your faith and with the prayers, uh, it's
You're
easy to
going.
get tempted.
Right.
It's
Right.
easy to lose hope. It's
Right.
easy to give up. Kasi there are may iba kaming options eh. We
Yeah.
can just close this and do something else, di
Yeah.
ba?
Yeah.
So, ayun. But then again, God would always tell us, akong bahala sa inyo.
Oo. And all we have to do is say yes and follow, no? That's
Yes.
that's 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 the leap of faith that Ab I think kept on alluding to as we were talking earlier. Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
guys, as we kind of close our conversation today, I was wondering if you were given a chance to advise yourself before you started this whole endeavor. What do you think are the nuggets of wisdom or the advices that you would tell yourselves knowing what you know now? Go ahead, Ab.
Okay. As a mother,
Yeah.
as a married woman with 4 children, it is very difficult to balance time,
Yeah.
and it's very overwhelming. So if you just have the right support,
Uh-huh.
if you're a single mom, it's fine.
Yeah.
So long as you have friends who will support you.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I have a husband who supports me, no? But if there are people who, let's say, are single moms,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I find it so difficult to, how do I start this thing?
Yeah.
I'm so good at something, and yet I cannot because I have a child.
Mm.
Don't let that be your reason to do your best.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to be your motivation to push it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Push mo kasi with the proper support
Uh-huh.
and prayers and this passion that you have,
Okay.
it
Oo.
will work.
Oo.
It will work.
It's fueling you, no? Parang what I feel from you is that really that should be fueling you. Oo.
Yes. And my advice
Oo.
to me,
Yes.
if you know based on what I know now, is do not worry.
Yeah.
um do your best.
Yes. Yes.
uh Everything will be okay, everything will fall into place, and offer it all up.
Wonderful. Beautiful words, Ab. Wonderful. Ikaw, Chad, what do you have to add to that? I think it would be good for the gentlemen, the fathers out there, to also hear from you. Ang padre de pamilya, madaming dinadala, you know? And I can understand the pressures on you as well. What would you tell them?
Well, uh, yeah, well, don't worry, like what Am said, especially because since you're the
Head
head
of
of
the
the
family.
family, you take care of the financial things and then make sure that everything is in order, ganyan, that they are well taken care of. Pero again, wala namang, there are a lot of uncontrollable things. So
Right,
don't worry, just pray.
right.
Tapos next is honestly recently lang ako naging close kay Mother Mary. I
Nice.
should have been uh praying to her dati pa. And what else? As an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
uh you have to be, always uh, basta sometimes you fall
Yeah,
and you just need to keep on going
that's right.
and then uh, and then
Yes.
and learn
Yes.
from your mistakes.
Uh-uh. Perfect.
So
Perfect.
that's it. Yeah.
Perfect, Chad. Because what you just mentioned is really a concept that's called the growth mindset. We
Right.
will all encounter failure, but failure is a redirection and a
Yep.
chance to learn something that will help us towards the next step.
That's right.
Right.
And
There are times yung jewelry mga ang tagal-tagal kong gagawin kasi mga 3 times ko gagawin eh. But that's how it is.
And that's how you learn.
That's
now,
how yeah, we learn. Yeah.
and especially in your craft, kasi you guys are into crafting, craftsmanship. I can
Mm,
now think of, Italy and how the craftsmen of that age were really hindi lang araw ang binibilang, ilang buwan ang binibilang to come up with
yeah.
something
Yeah.
as close to perfect as possible. It's very close to that whole dimension of aspiring to beautiful things. And jewelry is a lot like that. Diba? It's this concept, it's art. It really is art, you know?
Yeah.
I love that you guys are so passionate because that is something that you really need in your business. I love it. Before we end, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
No,
I think we
thank
just
you
want
for
to
having
say thank you,
Oh,
Jams, for
you're
having us.
welcome. You're most welcome. Thank you very much. I think we have helped other people know more about your business, but also see how, as entrepreneurs, you can really fuel yourselves, not just with information or with education, but with faith. I love it, guys. Your message is for anybody out there who is struggling. And I am looking forward to a lot more creations from Metals and Gems and the
thank you.
upcoming classes that you guys are going
Yes.
to
Yes.
launch.
Stay
Okay?
Yes.
tuned for
Good
that.
job, guys. I'll see you
Bye.
soon. Bye. Take care.